Welcome back. My eye is better, that one, and it's very cold. Yep, very cold. I'm sure you guys have all seen the weather. Well, UK people, other people in Canada and stuff, you're like, well, it's not cold. We have snow loads of times. So yes, but over in Britain we used to come to a standstill as soon as we see a snowflake. So yes, it's very cold. Got the heater on. I'm going to try and finish stripping the subframe, which I said I was trying to do last time and I didn't. So that's my target, is just to finish stripping this subframe. Talking to the sandblaster just now on Facebook, so he's all ready to trot. One thing I was thinking is whether I've asked him, because I am a little bit worried about warping panels with the shot blaster, because I have seen that done before. My mate got a bonnet done and it rippled it, especially with the strengthening pieces underneath. Basically the metal got blasted, and that was the strengthening pieces kept the bonnet up, and obviously all the bits around the strengthening area basically dented in, so you know, ruined it. So yeah, I've asked him about that, because in the end I'm thinking maybe I should just DA the flat panels just to be safe, and he can just do all the nooks and crannies, bulkhead, things like that. So if we do go with that idea of him just doing all the nooks and crannies and bits that, you know, that are underneath and stuff like that, which aren't important, we could nearly get him over soon to do it, because it's only the front end to go on now. And again, we're not going to maybe get him shot blasting that if we think it might cause a bit of damage. So yeah, we may do it sooner than we think. Otherwise, we'll get the front end on and get that sorted. So that's the only thing. Still ignoring the door at the moment. Someone posted me a link today on Gumtree. Some doors, I need to go check that out. And I was going to call M Machine as well, but I've been really busy because somebody said again they do the channel, but just not the pressing. The other thing I thought the other night was if I can get hold of a passenger door, even it's only the pressing bit that I need the skin. Wherever it is. Wherever I put it now, but basically that bit along there is all rusted. Passenger side will fit, obviously it won't be the right way around, but the end bit's quite good, so all I need to do is I can work with it, I can fix that end. So that's another option, is just to see what doors I can find available. So a good thing with this cold weather is my beer's not getting cold, but yeah, let's get on and finish stripping the subframe down and get some gloves on and try and warm up a bit. Okay, I've got most of the bits out now. I've just got a couple of brake unions to get off. I think I'm going to just cut them off with a disc cutter because they're being a bit buggery. And then we can get some heat on them later. And just the bump stops need coming off, so let's see if I can get a span on the back of them. If they still all be rusted again, I'll just get the grind on them and cut them off. Still in two minds what to do when I rebuild the subframe, whether I'm going to go poly bush or just stick with standard rubber. Rubber is always easier just to fit, you know, a bit more give. I've just seen more rust. Yeah, it's very bad. Let me see if I can get the camera right. But whether you can see from this way first, in the camera, so you can see how thick it's supposed to be, and then it goes thin. You can look at the other side and you can see there it's nearly flaking away, so you can just see it's just lost the hole completely. So yeah, not impossible to rebuild, but it's not nice. So we'll double check the other side. Obviously you need some sort of accuracy on that, because obviously it is supposed to be a round hole, but you can do quite well with a die grinder. It's, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, it's ideally, yeah, you know, machine it, drill a hole, cone drill maybe, but you know, I could maybe squeeze a reamer through there as well. but we'll see. Obviously, yeah, it's very bad, this area. So what I might have to end up doing is cutting this section right off so I can get to this to repair this, and then this can go back on again. That's mostly the best option, actually. Anyway, let's get the disc cutter out. If we don't know what we're doing, who do we call? What's my dad on the mobile phone for? No one calls him, apart from me. Let's call his home phone because that really confuses him now. Where are you, Dad? What I'm thinking, I'm going to ask my dad. Let's see if you can machine up a couple of plates with holes in, which I can then use to repair and weld, because obviously he'd get a much better finish on the circle. This side's been a bit bent as well, but let's see what he says. He might just say use a die grinder. Answer phone. Sounds like he's having a poop on that answer machine message. Anyway, that's useful for Dad. Can't get hold of him either way. Jesus. There's me thinking you'd listen to a nice informative phone call from him. And that didn't work, did it? Let's just try his mobile one more time. Ah, welcome to Orange. Who's on Orange anymore? Anyway, yeah, so that's my plan. Looking at the other side, it looks a bit bent, but I think I can straighten that. Just ground all that off. I don't know if you guys can see. Looks like some welds, but really weird. It looks like actually penetration welds from the other side, where maybe the factory would have welded it. I don't understand. It's just like little blobs of weld. Yeah, this is definitely still one panel still. I'll tell you what though, now what it is, yeah, is where from the factory, I guess they put two welds in here. They must have used a stick weld or something, do you think, maybe in those days? And then they've sort of flipped over to the other side, welded that bit, and it's left drip marks, isn't it? As it goes across when they welded it. So I guess it wasn't MIG'd in. And whatever the, you know, the metal rod was, is dripped on it. So that's what that is, that's good. So this needs a bit of a bashing, but it's not too far off. This side is the culprit side. So yeah, what I'm thinking, we'll get the disc cutter. Yeah, you can see the drip wells that side. That person went a different way that way. He went wee and round. Don't think I can bother recreating that. Anyway, yeah, I think the best thing is to cut this right off as a section and then repair it. Then I can then get to this section nice and easily then to really see what I'm doing. And then what we can do is we can put the old arm back in and put the old arm in and bolt it down to make sure it's solid. Yeah, so let's just cut that out and we'll call it a day. Sorry for the waffle there. Okay, I think I'll just do for tonight. I've got where I wanted to be. I've got this section cut out. Got that section there, which is going to be fairly simple. Couple of mil thick bit of metal. Go back in there, bang, weld it all in, clean it off. Just having a rethink on this one. Obviously I did just call my dad, but he hasn't answered. The inner bit's not too bad. I think with a bit more bashing it might be able to just stay there. The other option is I can use it as a guide. So basically half the circle's alright. So I've had to cut one half off. So I could weld on another bit of metal, get it fairly close. Use this one as a guide with the little die grinder and just bring it out as best I can, and try the the bearing, whatever the spacer you call it, on the end. Might have some little sand dies actually. I think you can get them anyway. You know, the little paper sander ones. You know, the round ones. Come on, like a little rubber thing that you can. So that's another option. Then whether I can then cut this side out and remake it again because it's not perfect, but we can just see. Maybe having the other side in there is going to be good. Clamp it all together, get a bit of weld on it. As long as it's a fairly good, nice, snug fit. Basically, the washer's got to go inside, and it's got to. Where my washers are, it's got to be a fairly nice fit. Where's the washers? Come on, washers. Where are you? Let's try that one. Alright, off you get. Come on. So yeah. At the moment, that doesn't even go in. That's me bashing it. Very strange that. That should go in, I think, but yeah, doesn't even go in. Shows how far out this hole is. Yeah, it's supposed to, isn't it? Because it's not the smaller side, is it? I can't remember now. Maybe it's a bit different. But anyway, yeah, that's supposed to go in there, so we can check the other side, see why that's not fitting. And yeah, go from there. So that's got to fit in there, makes it suspension. We re-welded all, and luckily we've got the big welder now, so we can, you know, we can get some good weld on that, hopefully with a big, thicker welder. But yeah, it shows you sort of like definitely the differences. One difference was as well the bunk stops held on with 2 bolts. Later cars are just one. You keep it simple, and you don't really need 2 really. So yeah, I think it's still savable. But we'll give my dad a call tomorrow to see what he thinks. He might be able to just knock something out. But to be honest, as I said, I think I can maybe cope with this. And yeah, that'll be it. Alright guys, not too much, but it is damn cold. And we'll see you soon. What do I have for tea? Tea. What do we have for tea? Oh, free Domino's on the 1-2 app. Brilliant. Can't beat that, can you? Free personal pizzas. Bang. Every Wednesday, not every Wednesday, but some Wednesdays.